Hi guys, I'm Katie with Factory Direct Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this doily wreath. What you're going to need for this project is a styrofoam wreath form, some cloth doilies in different shapes, some fabric stiffener, a pair of scissors, jute, and a hot glue gun, and a foam brush. So once you get your materials together, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first step in creating these crochet doily wreaths is stiffening your little crochet doily. So I'm going to use this fabric stiffener to do this. I'm going to shake it up, and then I'm going to pour a generous amount onto a little plate. Now, if you're using this, depending on your project, you can add water to this product to get a less stiff finish, but for this one I want them to really stand on their own, so I'm just going to use it as is, and I'm using this sponge brush to apply it. So I'm just going to dip it in the fabric stiffener and paint a coat on my doilies, just like so. And make sure you get all the way out to the ends. And I like a sponge brush because when you push down, it's going to get rid of any excess fabric stiffener, and it's going to leave the little holes on your doilies clear. They won't dry with kind of like that sealed finish in between them, as if you were using Mod Podge or a brush that doesn't allow you to get in there and clear that up. So go ahead and apply the fabric stiffener to your doilies. For this project, I am going to use, I think about between 15 and 20 doilies. But just go ahead and lay them out on your wreath form before you get started, so you know how many you need to stiffen. So once you've got that fabric stiffener on there, just leave it sitting. I'm using a piece of wax paper. Just leave it sitting out on that for a few hours or until it is dry to the touch, and then we will move on to the next part of our project. So after you've applied fabric stiffener to your doilies and let them dry, I said a couple hours earlier, but I let these ones dry overnight just to make sure they were totally ready to go. But now it's time to prepare your wreath form. So I have this empty styrofoam wreath form, and I don't really think that a stiffened doily is going to cover it enough. I don't want to be able to see the white through there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the entire form with jute. So to do this, I'm just going to apply some hot glue directly to the styrofoam. Secure the jute on there and start wrapping. And now as you wrap, you want to push the jute down and pull it tight so that there's no blank space. And you're just going to keep wrapping until the entire surface of the wreath form is covered. So I'll check back in with you once you get your wreath form covered in jute. So once your wreath has been wrapped with the jute, now comes a fun part, which is adding your stiffened doilies. So I'm going to go ahead and start just peeling them off of this wax paper. And as you can see, they come right off and they're nice and stiff. They don't flop around. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. And once you get them all pulled off, we're going to start attaching them. So to do that, you're just going to apply a generous amount of hot glue to the back. Try to find an area without any holes so it doesn't ooze through the top. And then place it on your wreath form. And hold it in place until it dries, just to make sure it's stuck on there. Okay, and you're just going to keep adding until the entire wreath form is full of these beautiful doilies. And you can vary patterns. So I have 2 patterns of doilies that I stiffened. So I'm going to do kind of an every other sort of thing, but just really mismatched looking. And you can add multiple layers of doilies. Do some over towards the center, so you can do some like that, and just create a nice full wreath. So I will show you my finished product when I've got all of my doilies glued on. So here is my finished doily wreath. I wasn't totally happy with the way it looked single layered, so I added multiple layers of the doilies in all different varieties. So we have a lot of texture going on, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Anyways, I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this project. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.